Curtis Jones proved Thomas Tuchel right and many Liverpool fans wrong with England display. Curtis Jones has long been a polarizing figure among football fans, particularly within the Liverpool fan base. His potential has never been in doubt, yet consistency has often been cited as his Achilles heel. While many supporters have been critical of his performances in a red shirt, his recent displays for both Liverpool and England have silenced some of his detractors, at least for the time being. In particular, his stellar showing against Albania in the early stages of the Thomas Tuchel era with the England national team proved once again why the young midfielder is a player with undeniable talent and the potential to become one of the game's top performers. When England's squad for the international break was announced, few eyebrows were raised at the inclusion of Jones. His form for Liverpool has seen steady improvement, and his versatility in midfield made him a viable option for Gareth Southgate's team. However, what truly raised eyebrows was his inclusion in the starting lineup by New England manager Thomas Tuchel, especially in a crucial World Cup qualifying match against Albania. Given the wealth of midfield talent at Tuchel's disposal, including household names like Jude Bellingham, Declan Rice, and James Ward-Prowse, there were a few who questioned whether Jones could really make an impact on the international stage. The context of the selection, England has become blessed with midfield talent in recent years, and many players have rightly earned recognition for their contributions at both club and international levels. Bellingham has emerged as one of the brightest young stars in world football, while Rice continues to establish himself as one of the best defensive midfielders in Europe. But what does that mean for players like Curtis Jones, who, despite his undeniable ability, often find themselves caught in the shadows of these more established stars? Morgan Gibbs-White and Morgan Rogers, for instance, were both in excellent form for their respective Premier League clubs heading into the break. Gibbs-White, in particular, had enjoyed a breakout season with Wolves, yet he was somewhat surprisingly left out of Tuchel's squad entirely. On the other hand, Rogers was considered a likely starter by many pundits, with his form for Aston Villa making him an exciting prospect for the national team. However, it was Jones who got the nod from Tuchel, a decision that, at the time, seemed to raise more questions than answers. But the 24-year-old Liverpool midfielder, having been in and out of the starting lineup for the Reds this season, was about to deliver a performance that would justify Tuchel's faith in him, and in doing so, would also shut down some of the criticism that has followed him for the better part of his career. Against Albania, Jones displayed maturity, composure, and a technical ability that was often overlooked by critics who too frequently focused on his inconsistency rather than his flashes of brilliance. Jones's impact against Albania, the match against Albania marked the beginning of a new chapter for England, with Tuchel taking the reins of a team desperate to establish itself as a dominant force in international football once again. With the 2026 World Cup in mind, England's players knew that every match, every performance, was a stepping stone toward achieving that ultimate goal. And in this context, Curtis Jones's performance could not have been more timely. As England struggled to break down Albania's low block early on, it was Jones who displayed the calmness and creativity needed to unlock the opposition's defense. His ability to control the ball in tight spaces and his knack for finding pockets of space to receive passes became crucial to England's rhythm. Rather than being rattled by the pressure of the occasion, Jones remained composed and proved that he could handle the intensity of international football. His technical ability and vision were evident throughout the game, as he looked to create opportunities for his teammates and contribute defensively when needed. While much of the attention around England's midfield typically focuses on players like Bellingham and Rice, Jones's performance in the 2-0 win against Albania was a reminder that he too belongs at this level. His ability to dribble, pass, and maintain possession in congested areas was crucial to England's build-up play. As the game wore on and the match opened up, Jones continued to provide moments of quality, with several key passes and intelligent runs that created space for others. The criticism. A familiar story. Despite Jones's impressive performance, there was no shortage of criticism directed his way, something that has become a familiar refrain for the young midfielder. A quick search of social media in the aftermath of the match revealed a mix of praise and, unsurprisingly, negativity. One Liverpool fan account with over 50,000 followers took to Twitter to criticize Jones, stating, "I've watched 15 minutes, and Curtis Jones has been awful." This type of criticism, unfortunately, is all too common for Jones, who has often been a scapegoat for a small but vocal section of Liverpool supporters. The criticism, though, raises an interesting paradox. Curtis Jones, by nature, is a flair player, someone who is forward-thinking, expressive, and highly individualistic on the pitch. These qualities, which are often celebrated in other players, tend to attract criticism when it comes to Jones. His willingness to take risks, to attempt dribbles or intricate passes that may not always come off, is often seen as a weakness rather than a strength. For many fans, Jones's inconsistency stands out as the biggest issue, but this overshadows his potential to make a decisive impact on the game. Jones is a player who thrives in an attacking sense, looking to take on defenders, push the ball forward, and drive his team toward goal. This is the type of player that often splits opinion. He can be a game changer, but he can also frustrate with moments of inaccuracy or poor decision-making. However, this is also the nature of many great attacking players. They are the ones willing to take risks and try things that others wouldn't dare. It is this mentality that often leads to moments of brilliance that ultimately change the course of a match. Tuchel, Klopp, and Slot. The faithful supporters. While some Liverpool fans have been quick to criticize Jones, it is telling that every manager who has worked with him, Jurgen Klopp, Arne Slot, and now Thomas Tuchel, has chosen to back him. This is not a coincidence. These managers are experienced, with an acute understanding of the game, and their decision to regularly select Jones speaks volumes about his quality. Klopp, in particular, has shown immense trust in the young midfielder, often giving him crucial roles in key matches. Klopp's tactical system relies heavily on a fluid and dynamic midfield, and Jones's ability to adapt to various roles within that system has made him a valuable asset to the German coach. Whether playing deeper in midfield or in a more advanced role, Jones has repeatedly demonstrated that he is a player capable of making an impact at the highest level. Arne Slot, who worked with Jones during his time at Feyenoord, also saw the potential in the Liverpool Academy product. Slot's decision to bring Jones to the Dutch club on loan was a testament to his belief in Jones's ability to play at the top level. The experience gained in the Eredivisie, where Jones helped Feyenoord to domestic success, further sharpened his game and improved his decision-making. Now Tuchel, one of the most respected and tactical managers in European football, has also placed his trust in Jones. His decision to start Jones against Albania was not a shot in the dark, but rather a recognition of the midfielder's potential to contribute at the international level. Tuchel has already demonstrated his ability to get the best out of players, and his faith in Jones suggests that he sees something in the Liverpudlian that others might overlook. The road ahead. A bright future for Jones at just 24 years old. Curtis Jones has plenty of time to develop and grow as a player. His early career has been marked by flashes of brilliance and periods of inconsistency, but this is the nature of young players, especially those who are asked to play at the highest level. As Jones continues to mature, it is likely that his performances will become more consistent, and his influence on both club and country will only increase. Despite the criticism he continues to face from certain quarters, Jones has proven that he has what it takes to perform at the top level. His performance against Albania was not a one-off. It was a statement of his quality and a glimpse of what is to come. With Tuchel now in charge of England and Klopp continuing to guide him at Liverpool, Jones is in good hands. The next few years could see him become a key figure for both club and country as he looks to fulfill the immense potential that has always been there. For the many critics who have written him off, Curtis Jones will continue to prove them wrong with each passing performance. And as his stock rises, it will be interesting to see how his role within Liverpool and England evolves as he becomes an increasingly influential figure in the world of football. For now, Jones can hold his head high, knowing that he has delivered when it mattered most, and that his future, both for club and country, looks incredibly bright.